are two ways to add a user to a project. You can either go to the user account and add the user to the project, or you can go to the project and add the user. I'm going to show you both methods, and we will discuss which one is more efficient in each scenario. Let's imagine you received a request to add John Smith to a project. In method 1, you're going to go to the user account by clicking on the setup link on the global menu, and on the left hand side you need to scroll down and find the users on the menu, and then click on manage users. You need to find the user either by searching for their first name or last name. I usually start with the last name, so John Smith. I'm going to type in Smith here and then filter. There are several users with Smith as last name. I can find John here. If you cannot find the user either by searching for the last name or first name, you need to stop here and ask your supervisor for advice. Since we found the user and we are sure this is the user we're going to add to the project, you are going to click on the user hyperlink and then click on manage membership. On the first page, you're going to see the list of projects that the user has been assigned to. You need to use this box, the left hand side box, and scroll down and find project. Unfortunately, there is no filtering or search mechanism available for this box, and sometimes it's tedious to find one or two projects from the long list. So let's imagine we're going to add a user to Coalfield House. You need to know how the Coalfield House project name is spelled. It starts with UMD space dash. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to UMD space dash and Coalfield House. There we go. As soon as you select the project, you can click on the angle bracket to move the project to the middle box. You can do this several times, or you can select several projects by holding the control, or you can select several sequential projects by holding shift and then click on the angle bracket. Before clicking on save, make sure you put a check mark on notify user and then click save. To remove the user from the project, you need to use the second box. You're going to select the projects that you're going to remove the user from, and you can also hold control or shift and make sure you select the targeted projects and click on the angle bracket to move the projects from the second box and return it to the first box. And again, make sure you click save. This method is useful if you are adding several projects to one or two users. But imagine if you are adding several users to one project. So in this case, you need to switch accounts back and forth and do the same thing, which is time consuming and inefficient. So here, the second method comes handy. Now, think about the scenario to add several users to the project. In this case, you're going to click on the projects link on the global menu on the top and find the projects. I'm going to use the same project, Coalfield House, as an example. When you are on the project, please open up the details link and then click on project participants. On the project participants page, click on manage users. You can find users by searching the last name. Here is John Smith, and I can again click on this angle bracket to add John Smith to the list. I can repeat this action several times and add several users. You can search users by last name, first name, company name, and username. Most of the time, last name, first name is very helpful. Sometimes you are adding several users from one company, from AE firm or construction firm. It's going to be very helpful if you select the company name and, for example, search for Gilbane. It's going to show you all Geekbench user here, and you can easily pick and choose who needs to be added to this project. And again, make sure you notify users adding to this project and then click Save. In this case also, removing users from the project is easy. You just need to select the users from this list and use the other angle bracket, which is right down here, and move the user list to this box. And if you want to notify users, you need to click on this checkbox. And again, make sure you save before you leave the page.